I think the idea that big business, ought to find a home in a political party isn't a question for big business. It's a question for political parties as to what they want in terms of an understanding of the current, not just U.S. Economic environment, but the global economic environment. And I'm afraid that both parties actually have a fairly myopic view of what big businesses are facing. We talk about free enterprise. Anytime any business of any size rubs up against business, whether it's a dry cleaner trying to, or a restaurant trying to get a liquor license in a local community and dealing with zoning and real estate at the local level, trying to do business across state lines, or a big corporation who have been forced over the years, by the way, to act as functionaries of government. I remember when I was at Treasury Department, we'd go around the world, and a lot of finance ministers would tell us they marvel at our voluntary tax system in the United States, income tax system. And I said, there's nothing voluntary about it. There's nothing to marvel at. We simply order, U.S. corporations to be tax collectors for the government, right? So we're not, we've been talking about government, businesses paying taxes. Actually, they're really excellent tax collectors for the government, right? It's just one of many ways they're sort of forced to be functionaries of government in certain ways. So they're gonna rub up against government in different ways. But if we step back and think about what we want from especially large corporations in a world where economies are growing at exponential rates, and especially in the emerging market world, and project over the next 40 years, and ask yourself, and we can talk about this more as we go on later today, ask yourself, who is going to go after that market? It's big businesses. It's big American businesses. And so I would just say that, that if that is the free enterprise system we're talking about, which is truly global, it's only large corporations that can do it. Some American corporations are doing it fairly well. And if we have a problem, it's not that we have too many big businesses who are somehow captured by government by having to rub up against the needs or the wants of government and public policy. It's that we actually don't have enough of them, because if you look at the list of the world's 60 largest corporations, you find a handful of American ones on it, and they're not the ones that are necessarily rising fast, with the exception of Walmart, which is number 2 in the world. A big American bank. One of the biggest American banks, a JP Morgan, pilloried as a, quote unquote mega bank in recent days, is 55th in the world in terms of revenues of large corporations. So we have a really myopic view of what, big American firms are doing. And the question for yourself is, if we're going to succeed over the next 5 decades in this global economy that's growing exponentially, who's going to do it? We need big American firms to do it.